What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. A little later than normal, because I legitimately overslept. No, I didn't oversleep this morning. I just woke up at a at an odd time, and it wouldn't have worked. The whole thing wouldn't have worked. So instead of like trying to hurry up and try to get on and try to do something or whatever, I decided to delay it, push it back, just so I could do this video. Now I was going to just do a pre-recording to this and do the video, and I decided not to. I was like, let me just do it live because this is a reaction because I've never heard of this show called Mantis. Never heard of it a day of my life. Matter of fact, I was just scrolling on YouTube and I was watching a video from the channel that I'm going to be reacted to, which is Double Real TV. And I was like, I was watching, matter of fact, I was watching them do a take on Viper. You know what I'm saying? And saying like, was this the what is it, the replacement of Knight Rider or the new Knight Rider or whatever. So I kind of got interested in what they were talking about. Then I seen this Mantis show and I'm like, what is Mantis? I've never, and I'm trying to tell you, and I put this on everything I love. I'm not even trying to be facetious. I'm not trying to do this for shock value or anything like that. Never heard of it. And it's about a black superhero in the 90s in 1994. I've never heard of this show whatsoever. So this is my reaction. It's an 8-minute video. So of course, I'm not gonna have you guys on that long with this video, but I want to do a reaction video to it, and like, because I haven't watched this, and this is all new, all fresh. Get no bull job, no nothing like that. This is a natural reaction because I have no idea about this show whatsoever. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know, if you already know the question, you already know what it is. All right. So let's go ahead and get to this reaction, and let's talk about it. I've never heard of Mantis. There's a couple things that I've never heard of, but this show in particular, never heard of this black superhero ever called Mantis. So we about to get into it. Let me see who's all in the house real quick before I go ahead and get started. Junior Network, what's going on? What's good? What's good? D Stizzle, what's good? What's good? What's good? It's a happy turned up Tuesday. What's up, brother Juma? What's good? What is good? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? He never heard of Mantis. I mean, you guys subscribe. Never heard of it. What's crazy is I remember my man, of course he's playing, Isaiah Bradley in in Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or and he's going to be in Captain America Brave New World. I knew him from South Central because you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So that's all I know. That's yeah. No, I'm old. I'm old. Trust me. I'm old. I just never heard of this show, and maybe because, for what I understand, Blue said it came on Fox, and during the X-Files. I mean, around that time, what I'm saying, I wasn't doing that. I was chasing girls, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So I missed this. I missed this, Fatal J. I missed it. You know what I mean? And trust me, I'm of age. You know what I mean? I'm very much of age. Menzel with the bomb. I tried to send you this a few days ago. I found this on this is Double Real TV. So this is where I found this at. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never heard of it. Mr. YouTube, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Prince Setta's in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, and that's what's crazy is that for him being a first black superhero on TV, I've never heard of this. I put this on everything I love, and I feel bad. Uh, never even. I didn't want to be real with you. I ain't gonna say I was in the streets, but I was in the streets. You know, I just being real. I'll be honest. You said it's classic Sam Raimi. Oh no, I'm trying to get it. He says Sam Raimi wrote it for black folks, but of course the studio sabotaged it. Wow. Let's get into it. Barley Moore. What's good with it, big dog? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? He said, my bad. He said, I was watching a throwback. He said, I was watching a throwback YouTube vid. Okay. If y'all got other stuff you don't think I've seen before, whatever, I'm doing reactions on here. Let me, what I'm saying? Always send it to me. Always say, hey, have you seen this? I would like for you to do a reaction video to it. Send it on my IG. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Just follow me on IG, send it to me. That's the best way to get in contact with me. Because half of the time, I have no idea what's going on X until I actually go to X. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you don't recast. Boy, I like that. I like that. Elias was the biggest show Carl was on. Oh, Alias, I mean. And I watched some of Alias, but you know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. I like some of them shows back in the day because I was out here doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. I doing hood rat stuff with my friends, y'all. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I was doing hood rat stuff with my friends. That's why I ain't never heard of half of this stuff. No, I ain't never heard of Mantis. I heard of Alias, but I never heard of Alias. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into this reaction video, and then y'all can laugh at me in the comment section. If this your first time watching this, make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to hit that bell notification so you can never miss a time when I'm actually on. So let me switch up the music real quick, and let's get to this video. Double Real TV, let's go.
Have you ever watched something with incredible promise, only to see it crumble under the weight of misguided interference? This is the tale of a groundbreaking superhero series created by some of the most visionary minds in Hollywood, and how it became a cautionary example of what not to do.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold up, was Sam Raimi and Sam Ham on there? Hold up,
became a cautionary example of what not.
Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to see the
series created by some of the most visionary.
Sam Ham and Sam Raimi? Wow. I'm tripping it. I've never heard of this, y'all. I'm not lying. I feel kind of bad. I'm going to have to go research, see if they're on YouTube or if I like to buy it. If they have a DVD set, a digital set, I'm going to buy this. Most definitely going to buy this.
Visionary minds in Hollywood and how it became a cautionary example of what not to do. This is the history of Mantis.
Science. Until a tragic mistake left him paralyzed.
I want to walk again.
Now, through an amazing new technology, he will rise again.
In the early 90s, Fox approached Sam Raimi, the man behind Spider-Man, and Sam Ham, the screenwriter for Tim Burton's Batman, to create a superhero TV show.
Like, I put this on everything I love. I really never even fathomed that this would be something real. You know what I mean? And again, if you guys know in the comment section below, or you watch this on the replay, where's the comic book to this? Where's the follow-up to any of this? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Their creation was M.A.N.T.I.S, a series that dared to challenge conventions with a black lead character, Dr. Miles Hawkins, played by the talented Carl Lumbly.
And I know
the inception of
I'm telling you, I know the Carl Lumbly from South Central. And he favors my dad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he favors my father a lot to me. You know what I mean? So, and then that's the one sister from she was on I think I love my wife and a couple other things. But yeah, okay. I have to find this.
M.A.N.T.I.S began with a bold idea, a superhero story rooted in real-world struggles and systemic issues. Sam Raimi and Sam Hamm envisioned a character who defied traditional tropes, a paralyzed scientist who uses his intellect and technology to rise above adversity. Dr. Miles Hawkins was initially portrayed as an arrogant and dismissive man, particularly toward the struggles of the less fortunate. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he is paralyzed, the result of a police officer's action. This pivotal moment.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. You're telling me that there was a show about a black man who got shot by the cops, and he became paralyzed because he was ignorant against what was going on in the black community. And he said, "You know what? Damn, now I'm gonna become a superhero and try to rise above this." And you're telling me it was written by two white men and no black people picked this up to continue the story? I'm just saying that somebody could have redid this. We always talk about, black creators and all of this and what they can do. There's a perfectly good story. You could go to Sam Raimi and say, hey, you had this Man-T-I-S show that came out in the 1990s. Is there any way that we could pick this up and redo it for the modern day audience? Because if I'm not mistaken, doesn't this go on? Hasn't this gone on now? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Transformed Hawkins, giving him a new perspective on inequality and injustice. Determined to regain his mobility and fight corruption, Hawkins developed a technologically advanced suit that not only allowed him to walk, but also gave him superhuman abilities. The suit was a marvel of science, equipped with powerful tranquilizer darts and
he looks like they took inspiration from Ant-Man. That's what it looks like. They took a lot of inspiration from Ant-Man, but called a Mantis, which is, of course they have a Mantis in Marvel Comics. I don't know if there's a Mantis in DC Comics. You know what I mean? But you can still use Mantis to this day and do a story out of this. Let me keep going.
Paired with a state-of-the-art vehicle that could transform into various modes of transportation. This suit was not just a means to fight crime, but also a symbol of resilience and innovation. The pilot episode's cast was groundbreaking in its diversity, featuring Carl Lumbly as Hawkins, Gina Torres as Dr. Amy Ellis, and Bobby Hosea as Yuri Barnes, among others. Their characters.
Why did everybody have that the normal black dude flat top that was on every single black animated character that wasn't from the hood in the 1990s? You know what I'm talking about. You know that cartoon character.
Were layered and multifaceted, breaking away from the stereotypes often seen in superhero media of the time. The show tackled heavy themes such as systemic racism, class disparity, and police corruption with unflinching honesty, making it a standout in the genre.
Wow. And this is coming off the heels of the LA riots too. Just think about this. 1991 was the LA riots? 1992? And then you have this show coming out in 94. All of that led up. Sam Raimi is somebody say, you know what? We could be able to do something with this genre that hasn't been tapped. Two white men. And you're telling me no black executive or anybody with money, the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys of the world, and nothing like that is trying to pick up this show and carry the mantle to keep it going? Might have to do a bring back Mantis. I'm a trust me. I'm getting this. I'm gonna find a way to watch this. We might have to do something beyond this.
The pilot's clever writing added depth and intrigue. Antoine Pike, played by Steve James, was introduced as a red herring, leading the public to believe he might be the Mantis. This misdirection was a masterstroke, emphasizing the unlikelihood of Hawkins being the hero due to his physical condition. The story's complex dynamics and emotional depth set a high bar for superhero storytelling, making the pilot a resounding success both critically and commercially. It was hailed as a trailblazer for its time, offering a fresh perspective in a genre dominated by white, male protagonists. The show's themes resonated deeply, addressing issues of systemic injustice and personal redemption. Carl Lumbly's performance was particularly lauded. His portrayal of Hawkins was both powerful and nuanced, balancing the character's internal struggles with his outward heroism.
Wow.
One of the pilot's standout elements was its approach to technology. The suit and the vehicle were cutting edge in their design and functionality, combining elements.
I'm sorry, but man got a You're telling me there was a show out here, the man had a transforming Cadillac, and we can't bring this back? We can't. Man.
Of science fiction with practical applications. Audiences were captivated by the way Hawkins used his intellect and technology to overcome physical limitations, creating a relatable yet aspirational hero. The pilot also excelled in its exploration of complex relationships. Yuri Barnes' struggles with his journalistic ambitions and personal life added depth to the narrative, while Amy Ellis's determination to uncover Mantis' identity showcased her intelligence and resilience. The depiction of street gangs as more than one-dimensional villains, attempting to resolve conflicts diplomatically before being manipulated by corrupt officials, highlighted the show's commitment to nuance and authenticity.
That's when you could be a part of a gang and have a derby, a Kango, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you was cool. But I'm the themes of the reason why I'm looking at this a little bit differently, and I wouldn't mind watching this and getting a full perspective of this, is because the themes you can be able to do now, those themes that they're talking about then, you could be able to put today. And instead of doing, you could do a HBO Max series on this. I would say even make it a little bit more gritty. And bring Carl Lumbly back, not as Mantis, but maybe as another character. Maybe he was the original Mantis or whatever. And we're looking at, somebody who could be able to take the mantle. You ought to say another way to show that the legacy of Mantis could continue. Or just reboot the whole entire show and start over from scratch and do a fresh take on it.
This ambitious storytelling was reflected in the pilot's ratings. It was a commercial success, drawing significant viewership and critical praise. The boldness of its themes and the strength of its cast suggested that Mantis had the potential to redefine the superhero genre on television.
By day, he's a brilliant man of science. But when night falls, he becomes America's greatest superhero.
Despite the pilot's success, Fox decided to make significant changes for the series. What should have been a continuation of the pilot's groundbreaking storytelling quickly devolved into a textbook example of network interference. The first and most glaring alteration was the cast. Gina Torres, Bobby Hosea, and other key actors were replaced, leaving Carl.
Okay, so what you're telling me is Fox jumped in, said there's too many black folks in here. Fox Entertainment came in and said there's too many black people in here. We can't have all this. Now, mind you, I've been saying this. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these networks, these big corporations, like a Disney, like Disney and Warner Brothers and stuff. Look at the reason why people look at us and be like, I think you're making a narrative about this, that, and the other. There's a history of that. We don't say things, like that if there's no history of things like that happening. If there's no history, that's different. But since there is a history of certain things that happen to black people, especially in black entertainment, right? Where they're miscast, they're used as a stepping stool, like the CW and the WB, where all those black shows was a stepping stool to help them get to where they want to be, and then they got canceled, never to be brought back, never to have another season, never to have nothing. Take the black cast out and replace them with white cast members. That's the reason why we say these things. We're not saying, to my white audience members, white people, We're not saying these things because we think. We're saying these things because there's history. That's the reason why. So don't be like, oh, it's a conspiracy, and there may be a considered effort when we're talking about recast T'Challa and all of that, and there's a considered effort to be able to suppress a mainstream black character. Well, Fox has shown you, Disney has shown you, Warner Brothers has shown you. This is not nothing that I'm making up. If there's a history and a pattern of this, is all I'm saying. Let's keep going.
Lumbly as the sole returning member. The network also abandoned the pilot's serious tone and thematic depth. Gone were the explorations of police corruption and systemic racism. Instead, the series leaned into generic storylines, prioritizing action and spectacle over substance. The introduction of John Stonebrake, a quirky scientist, and Taylor Savage, a cliched streetwise sidekick, further diluted the show's original vision.
So let's not tell black stories. Let's go ahead and do a generic superhero show. You know what I'm saying? With the quirky sidekick. You know what I'm saying? And all of this other stuff. You see what I mean? And then this is why this is why when I talk about why hasn't Luke Cage come back? Because thematically, he had the same type of themes. You know what I mean? Thematically, when we look at Luke Cage, he had the same thematic themes as what we're talking about on this show, right? But they talked about bringing back Daredevil and Jessica Jones, but where's Luke Cage? When I talk about Falcon, people get, shout out to Herschel for Black Comic Lords, because I watched this video. He was like, well, if you didn't like Falcon, if you didn't want Falcon to be Captain America, you should have bought his books. But what I'm saying, my pushback is, if you have more things that's, in line to good storytelling, then this is why we would have this. You know what I mean? This is why we would, we would have Falcon prominent instead of just looking at what happened with the actual, writer of that story and say, I feel bad. I want to make black people here, so let's put him in the white guy's costume. It had nothing to do with his storytelling. That's what they wanted to do. So instead of us saying this is what they wanted to do, and that's the reason why we got Captain America, as Falcon is Captain America, you know what I'm saying? We want to say, well, y'all wasn't reading the books. They will probably say, well, y'all wasn't watching the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why we made the changes. Instead of saying the real villain of the actual story is the studio. Are you getting what I'm saying? Let me keep going. Let me finish this up so I can get y'all out of here.
As the season progressed, it became increasingly clear that the show had lost its way.
Then they got the light-skinned.
The plots became increasingly outlandish, featuring villains and scenarios that bordered on absurdity. The shift in tone and content alienated viewers, resulting in a steady decline in ratings. The writing grew increasingly inconsistent, with episodes varying wildly in quality and tone. By this point, it was clear that M.A.N.T.I.S was ruined, and nothing could save the series. Behind the scenes, tensions were high. Carl Lumbly openly criticized the direction the series had taken, expressing disappointment in the network's reluctance to embrace the pilot's boldness. Gina Torres later reflected on her experience, highlighting the entertainment industry's systemic biases and the missed opportunity to create something truly groundbreaking.
Didn't we say, now, that is what I was saying when people go on my channel and say you don't care about African American, you don't care about the African American dude, y'all just talking about T'Challa. That's the reason why. Because when you have the studios that come in and interfere with the actual real tone of this and try to make it something that it's not, then it takes a dramatic turn. Right? When you make, and nothing against, Captain America the Winter Soldier, but the most compelling person on the show was Winter Soldier. Not really Falcon, the guy that you're trying to boost up to be the new Captain America. When you make it where I'm really understanding it, we've done this with Cross. So don't tell me what you can't do. You don't have to make it as deep as Cross with him losing his wife and, you know what I'm saying, and all of this. What you do is you write it to where I really relate to this character, and now I'm drawn to this character. Now I understand this character. you know, he could be smart and he could be a wise ass without being a jackass and a shoe booty. He don't got to do all of this or whatever. He could just be who he is and make it where it's understandable and relatable. And then I can really focus in on that character and actually truly see myself in that character because I understand where that character is going from. When you have the studio interference like this is why it's hard for us to be able to have the things that we want to see in film, in studio. And then now I also blame, truth be told, you know, these black media moguls who could have easily picked up this show, put it on BET at the time. You could have put this on BET. You could have had a hit on your hands instead of showing episodes of Baby Boy or reruns of Baby Boy every Saturday and Sunday.
The frustration among the cast and crew grew. Lumbly, who had invested deeply in the character of Hawkins, found himself portraying a diluted version of the hero he had once admired. The show's creators, sidelined by the network, watched helplessly as their vision was dismantled.
In the never-ending battle against evil, the ultimate weapon has arrived.
They gave him Rose Gallery.
Tonight at 8, 7 Central.
The series' descent reached its climax with the infamous finale. This episode encapsulated everything.
They made it palatable for whites. We'll put it more like that. There was too many Negroes on here. Just like, and again, you can't tell me that I'm just making stuff up and I'm just crazy when one of the investors for Disney was like, why do we gotta have all these black people on these shows? I'm just not making that up just to be making it up. This is our reality. So if they thought the themes and all of that was credible, it would have stayed. But they wanted it to be, you know, digestible for a white audience, so they changed it, gave them goofy, you know, Rose Gallery and all of that, and made it a generic superhero film that didn't last long and eventually got canceled. So you're telling me that the way that I think is not justified. Here's what they think about you. Here's another example
that had gone wrong with the series. The episode's conclusion, Hawkins' unceremonious death, felt like a betrayal to the show's remaining fans. Instead of a heroic sacrifice or a satisfying resolution, Hawkins was simply killed off, ending the series on a sour note. This finale was emblematic of the show's larger issues, a lack of respect for its audience, a disregard for its original vision, and a series of creative decisions driven by fear rather than inspiration. For those who had stuck with Mantis despite its flaws, this ending was the final straw, cementing the series as a cautionary tale of wasted potential.
Nothing.
Now you see why we scream recast T'Challa? Because black people in this medium is expendable. Stop making it expendable. Stop, you know. Well, here you can be Black Panther. You can be Black Panther. Hey, little kid, come over here. Put the Black Panther suit on. That's why our heroes are so important. That's why we're still screaming, "Where's Blade?" That's why we're saying Falcon should have just been Falcon and made him more compelling, made him more grounded, made me, you know, wrote him better so I can be able to understand him. Where the hell is Luke Cage at? Where is Monica Rambeau at? Where's Frank at? I mean, I'm just saying. This is the reason why, because look what they do to us. This is another shining example.
I called you. Can you help?
The failure of Mantis represented a missed opportunity to break new ground in the superhero genre, offering a unique perspective that was sorely needed. The pilot had shown what was possible when bold storytelling and diverse representation came together, but the series' compromises undermined these strengths. Despite its shortcomings, Mantis left an indelible mark. It was one of the first superhero shows to feature a black lead and tackle systemic issues head-on. While its execution faltered, its ambition inspired future creators to push boundaries and explore stories that reflected the complexities of the real world. So what went wrong with Mantis? At its core, the failure stemmed from fear. Fear of alienating audiences, fear of embracing diversity, and fear of trusting a bold vision. The network's interference turned a groundbreaking concept into a watered-down series that failed to live up to its potential. Yet the pilot stands as a testament to what could have been, a beacon of hope for what superhero stories can achieve when they dare to be different. While the series faltered, its legacy endures as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.
Yeah, I watched the Knight Rider episode. That's how I knew about this. Well, let's wrap this up. And again, this is the reason why some of us in Recast the Child, I'm not saying all of us, but some of us are going, exactly, Junior Network, where's Blue Marvel? This is the reason why we don't like blackwashing characters. That's why we don't like killing off characters. It did just thinking they're easily replaced just to be palatable to black people. Because, hey, that guy could just tell his story. It doesn't matter. Instead of keeping the original idea in their original concept. This is the reason why we are going so hard for Blade and wanting Blade to come back. Why we're looking forward to Luke Cage returning, but there has not been not one inkling of his of his return being in the forefront. This is the reason why we want more black creators taking over this stuff, while people that's black people that have studios tell these goddamn stories. That's the reason. Because it's special to us. I got excited about a show just to know halfway through it, they just, skip the theme, skip the black people or whatever. Let's just do a generic show because we want more white people to be involved instead of white people learning more about our stories. We got to learn about white people's stories. Why can't white people learn about our stories? Which should have been the actual question. But see, again, this is why all these people who got all this money and talk about what we need to do should be able to reach out to Sam Raimi, reach out to Sam Hamm and say, let's revive this show, let's revitalize this show and bring this show back. Just like how Supercell, Alex Cross, and all these other shows. What about M.A.N.T.I.S? Let's think about bringing that back and see what we think about it.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show, watching this reaction video of M.A.N.T.I.S with me. What did you guys think? And don't forget, go and check out and like, share, and subscribe to Double Real TV. Because, man, they got an excellent episode of Knight Rider on there where they talk about Knight Rider and break it down. Of course, because I'm a Knight Rider fan. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to get that bell notification so you never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Where is my outro at? Because you already know I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.